play-in tournament. So you know they'd love to rack up some wins and avoid that scenario.
Now the starting group for the Sacramento Kings. Achua is out there with DeMar DeRozan. Then there's Russell Westbrook, and it's Clifford in at the 2. And for the Hawks, Johnson and Okongwu, the duo inside. C.J. McCollum is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and it's Daniels in at the 3. Down the stretch we come in the NBA season, Grant. What are the contenders honed in on?
Well, B.A., the biggest priority is to have everyone healthy. Without a full deck of cards, it's very tough to win a title. And, of course, maintaining positive momentum wouldn't hurt either.
Now here's Johnson. Clock at 6. Here's McCollum. Puts up a 3. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist by McCollum.
Well, that shows a lot of confidence right there. Johnson knowing how effective he can be off the catch.
Pass to DeRozan. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Here's Atlanta with the ball. It's a 3-point game. They traveled to Sacramento last time they faced the Kings. Came away with a win.
And they came away with the win because everyone contributed. The starters, the bench, they all played as a unit.
And it means they will go deep into their bench again. It worked in the last matchup. Might as well spread more minutes around.
Here's Clifford. Sacramento passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. DeRozan against Daniels. And it's DeRozan missing.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
McCollum outside. Sinks it from distance.
And throughout his career, McCollum has always been a high-volume three-point shooter. And there you see why. The consistency.
Now here's DeRozan. His last outing, we saw him score 13. He takes it in. Banked it in off the glass.
A case of DeRozan just wanting it more. Great persistence there.
Outside Johnson. Back to McCollum. Launches a 3. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. And a youth movement for this Hawks roster. What went into that, Tim?
Well, first, they climbed 10 spots to get the #1 pick, which led to Zachary Risachet. Then the trade of DeJounte Murray, which got them Dyson Daniels, who's 7 years younger. And, of course, you've got Jalen Johnson, who's breaking out. So they've got some young talent that is on the rise.
And Atlanta with possession here. Sacramento getting their last shot to go. Outside Johnson. McCollum on the wing. Pounded by Westbrook. Shot's good by McCollum.
Well, it looked like the defense was there for the challenge, but C.J. McCollum showing you his ability to fight through that.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. I asked him about DeMar DeRozan, specifically how you defend him from the mid-range. He said, quote, "It's tough because his footwork is so good. Our goal is to try to push him out farther and make him take threes if possible. And we'll live with those results. We'll see if their defense is up for the task at hand." Guys, back to you.
Thanks for that, Allie. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And something I remember from their last outing, he was excellent at the charity stripe.
Shooting 2.
And he makes a first. Hits both from the stripe.
He's as good as it gets at the line. Pretty much automatic.
Kings trail by 6. Pass to DeRozan. Fires it. Oh, he missed that one. 1 for 3 in this one so far. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule. They lost to the Rockets.
Just a tough road loss. You're going against players who are comfortable shooting in their own building. You have to find a way to disrupt their focus.
Let's call it what it was. They got overwhelmed. The matchups were just not in their favor.
Achua with it. Now Okongwu defending. To the middle. Covered by Johnson. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
Wow, what a smart play. He recognizes the smaller defender on him and takes it right to the rim.
Pass to Okongwu. And here's Alexander Walker. Back to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
Did you guys see that? What an insane slam.
Man, you got to have some hang time to pull that off. Now Westbrook. 11 points for him last game against Philadelphia. The rebound by Atlanta. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now. Daniels outside. Pass to Okongwu. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Outside Achua. Back to Westbrook. Up and over McCollum. Westbrook with the miss. On offense, here are the Hawks. They're on a 14-6 run. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Kings. And with a break in the action, here's a look at some of the players at the big men spots that pass the ball the best. Second, Jalen Johnson.
And you have to credit the high basketball IQ of these bigs. They see the floor so well, and that's whether they're facing up or dishing out of the post.
Yeah, having a big guy who can create for others used to be a luxury, but now it's a requirement, and it makes your offense that much harder to defend.
Now here's DeRozan. You know, his stats have been solid, averaging around 18.5 points a game. Oh, sweet move. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good.
Wow. Look at the handles on DeMar.
Outside, Alexander Walker. McCollum outside. Johnson a screen on Westbrook. For 3, McCollum. Sacramento grabs the miss. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think they'd like to forget that game. You usually want to find some teaching moments, but in this case, it might be best to just destroy the tape.
Well, and the bottom line is they just had too many unfavorable matchups. They could never find a lineup that worked.
Now here's DeRozan. And the layup is good. He has 6.
I love the unselfishness that DeRozan plays with. He just wants to make the right play.
Atlanta leading by 4. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Pass to Okongwu. Back to Alexander Walker. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Hawks.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
And you can't overlook what they've done in the paint as well. A huge part of their success in this one.
Kings trail by 7. Pass to DeRozan. From 6 feet away. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
And the defense just has no answers for him right now. With each made basket, the more his confidence continues to grow.
Outside. Outside Johnson. For three, McCollum. Rebound by Sacramento.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
Sacramento passing it around. Pass to DeRozan. 6 to shoot. Westbrook outside. Three-pointer off the mark.
It's a tough stretch for him right now. He may want to find a different way to stay involved.
Johnson passes to Alexander Walker. Now here's McCollum. Takes the three. Achua with the rebound.
Just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
Out to the right wing. DeRozan outside. Rebounded by Johnson. The Hawks lead by 5. Here's Daniels. That one's good for 2.
So strong at the rim. That'll serve Daniels well here in this league.
And so now a timeout called by Doug Christie. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Kings trail by 7. Outside Monk. Back to Westbrook. DeRozan outside. Back to Westbrook. Three-pointer. The rebound by Atlanta.
Well, he is fighting through it right now, still looking to get his first make of the quarter, but it's been an ugly start. Yeah, he gives up a few inches for most of his matchups, but his ability to rise above always gives him a chance.
Well, Tim, one of the more freakish athletes in the league is Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, Brian, he is electric in transition. His skill level and IQ are still developing, but it's really hard to put a ceiling on his potential.
That one goes. Count it.
He was cold, but that basket might get him going. 1 for 6 now.
And here's Vincent. Now here's Landale. It's stolen. Pass to DeRozan. Westbrook taking his time here.
2 minutes remaining.
Off target from three-point range.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Kuminga. Vincent up top. Still without a bucket. Pass to Rizachet. Landale in the high post. And here's Kuminga for 3. Oh, he missed it. Making him 1 for 2 now.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. The Kings last season traded for Zach LaVine, and he said, quote, "I've been a fan for a long time, knowing how incredible these fans are each and every game. A Tuesday night, it's still going to be packed in here. People pull for their team, and I don't take it for granted." Guys, back to you.
Tremendous support. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Here's Vincent, following that last three-pointer by Sacramento. And Kuminga throws it down.
Yeah, just throw it up there and let Kuminga do the rest. What an athlete.
He's watched by Kuminga. Inside. And that one goes. 4 for 7 for him so far.
Oh, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
Vincent outside. Pass to Kuminga. And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. McCollum, he's checked in for Vincent. There's 37 seconds left in the opening quarter. McCollum against Carter. Just 5 to shoot. McCollum outside. And Plowden pulls it down.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
Pass to Monk. Beyond the arc. He's off on that one. And that concludes the first quarter play. Hawks ahead, up by 4, and we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And for the Hawks guys, what jumps out to you statistically?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Everybody in this league wants to run, but not everybody has the personnel to do it. This is a great start.
On the court for the Kings, second quarter underway. We've got Doug McDermott, and it's Plowden in at the 3.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Here's Risache. The Kings getting their last shot to go. Back to McCollum. From the line. Yes, it's good. McCollum's got 7.
Well, you can't give McCollum space anywhere on the floor.
Outside Carter. McDermott, the pass to Monk. From deep. McCollum pulls it in. The Hawks lead by 4. Kuminga finds McCollum. Over Carter. And his 4th make of the day in 10 tries.
And oftentimes, you just assume McCollum's J is going in. He's this good of a shooter. It's incredible.
Pass to Monk. The teardrop. McDermott, right side. Let's go with a 3. Knocks down the long J. McDermott's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Outside Kuminga. Back to McCollum. Crosses over. And it's good on the layup. 11 points in the game.
Really tight handle right there by McCollum. He has every move he needs to find that open space.
Now here's Carter. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. Monk for 3. And another Sacramento 3.
They've got some ground to make up, and shooting the 3-ball more consistently, like they are now, should help them do it.
Down low. Wow, Kuminga playing way above the rim.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. And so now a timeout called by Doug Christie. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Chance now to take a look at some numbers for Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Effective field goal percentage is a great way to measure his performance over the previous 10 games. It's been much improved, a sign that his game has been evolving.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Here's DeRozan. DeRozan, right in the heart of the D.
And that's where the frame of DeRozan comes into play. So good at bodying up to get his.
For 3, McCollum. He buries it from 3. McCollum's got 9 points now in the quarter. And Grant, in recent years, we've seen the pace of the NBA game increasing.
Yeah, it stagnated in the 90s, but it is back. We're still not at the frenetic pace of the 1960s when we'd see over 120 possessions a game, but the efficiency is at an all-time high.
And it's DeRozan missing. The Hawks lead by 5. Pass to McCollum. Back to Risache. Achua against Kuminga. Now McCollum. No good on the shot.
You have to love his confidence, but you also need to read the situation.
Now here's DeRozan, defended by Kispert. And the basket by DeRozan.
Yeah, one of the elite scorers in the league. DeRozan can beat you at all 3 levels.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
Fans, turn their attention to the center court. It's the Hawks Ice Ball.
Johnson, he's checked in for Atlanta. So the Kings making a change here. This break gives us a chance to look back on the last month and see which teams racked up the most points in transition. The 4th spot held by the Hawks.
And you know, over this stretch, they've really had their way in the open court, pushing the ball hard and getting those fast break points.
Here's Landale. No made baskets yet. Pass to Kuminga. McCollum taking his time here. Counted. That's his 7th basket of the game in 14 tries.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
Outside Achua. Here's Clifford. He's watched by Kuminga. Sacramento passing it around. Now here's DeRozan. Defense right on him. Muscling in. DeRozan. The Hawks lead by 3. McCollum outside. The 3 is up. Rebound by Sacramento. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Nets. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
The Hawks have gotten an impressive 6 of 8 shots to fall in the second. Johnson passes to McCollum. Landale with a screen. Now Kispert. Pass to Landale. 5 on the clock. Now McCollum. That won't go either for McCollum.
Well, I love the confidence. Keep shooting it. Eventually, he's got to start making some, right?
And they take the lead. DeRozan's got 8 points in the quarter.
He has been in a great flow tonight, converting at a high rate.
There's McCollum with the 3. McCollum with another miss. Sacramento has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the 3-point line in the second. To the inside. And that one's good. DeRozan. And it's a 4-point Sacramento lead.
And they've really been more consistent from the field this quarter.
McCollum against Monk. Here's Landale. That's in. Coming off an assist from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, this team really trusts McCollum with the basketball. CJ makes great choices when he's running an offense.
Now here's Achua. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
Well, he also did a great job on the glass, and it made a big difference.
Here's Monk. Over McCollum. And it comes off the front of the rim. And the last few seasons' legs C.J. McCollum playing mainly point guard, but for his career, mostly at the 2.
Yeah, listen, he can play either, certainly can be a lead guard when he needs to be, but shooting and scoring off the dribble is really his bread and butter, and he can get to it from any angle, any platform, in any situation.
Great player regardless.
Absolutely.
And here are the Kings now. The Hawks getting their last shot to go. The offensive rebound.
And that really has to lift his teammates' spirits right now.
I'll tell you, Grant, these second chance buckets could be what this game comes down to.
Well, in a game this close, that is a huge play.
Inside, here's Kuminga. Ooh, Kuminga, so deadly at the rim.
And that's really where Kuminga likes to operate, 15 feet and in.
And it's Monk with the ball for the Kings. On the wing, DeRozan. Back to Monk. From downtown, buries it from 3. Monk's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He came up dry offensively in the first, but looks like he's ready to turn it around.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. All right, Tim, back in 1996, you led the league in three-point percentage. You shot 52% on 3 attempts per game. Talk about the hot hand.
Well, B.A., it shows you how much the game has changed. I had a green light, but it was a different shade of green. I still only took 3 per game. Now you have multiple guys every night that will take 3 in the first quarter.
That green light's now neon green for many.
No doubt.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Okongwu's checked in for Landale. Daniels comes in for Kuminga. And it's Alexander Walker in for Kispert. Here's Johnson. 14 points for him last game against Houston. Pass to McCollum. To the middle. Now here's Alexander Walker. Tight defense on him. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
And defenses can forget how good of a passer McCollum is.
Here's Clifford. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Daniels. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Achua. DeRozan for 3. The rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Okongwu. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And you could argue Onyeka Okongwu is a little undersized at the center position. But it's hard to overlook his impact, Tim.
Well, that's because he contributes in so many areas. Blocks, steals, rebounds. He can make plays, you name it. And he keeps adding to his game year after year.
Ties it up, and his next one could give him the lead. He does not get the second one.
Well, they had a chance to take the lead, but at least he tied it up.
And another miss by Sacramento. Atlanta's gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Outside Johnson. Launches it. Rebound by the Kings. Westbrook outside. Back to DeRozan. Pass to Clifford for 3. The rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
Now here's Achua. Yet to see a basket. Just 4 to shoot. Here's DeRozan. The focus. DeRozan still sinks it.
A steady start has turned into a spectacular second quarter for him.
Minute 32 left in the first half. On the wing, Alexander Walker. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And he really cashed in at the line. A big chunk of his points came from free throws.
They've really gotten away from the three-point shot as they've pulled out in front.
The Kings trailing. DeRozan outside. And that one drops for him. DeRozan's got 22 points.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Now here's Okongwu. He's got 5 for 3. McCollum counted from distance. 21 points in the game.
Well, he's starting to get into a rhythm now after a rough first quarter.
There's 38 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Achua with a screen on Daniels. And it's DeRozan missing. The Hawks lead by 3. Pass to Alexander Walker. Daniels outside. And here's Johnson. Achua defending. There's the 3. McCollum's shot is off. DeRozan outside. Goes up on the wing. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him.
He must have visualized this one because everything is falling.
C.J. McCollum has been leading the charge for the Hawks. An insane quarter. No one could stop him. More 2K action in just a moment.
Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the CJ McCollum show. What a half he's played.
Yeah, he's high point so far. You see the plays they're running for him? Featured through the half. I expect that to continue.
Yeah, same.
Taking a peek now at the upcoming schedule.
And looking at the Nets matchup, on paper, these teams are pretty even. So what will be the determining factor there, Ernie? I'm not sure, but they gotta avoid mental errors.
Shaq, you agree with Kenny?
Not on most things, but this case, yeah,
Maybe.
yes.
It took you too long.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we're half this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. You know, DeMar DeRozan has been exceptional here, guys.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
I wouldn't want to have to be out there trying to keep up with them. It's really difficult when he shows you this kind of energy offensively.
And it's Westbrook with the ball for Sacramento. They trail by 1. Johnson and Okongwu, the duo inside. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Daniels in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Maybe a little false confidence there. Not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, maybe overly confident right there. And if I were him, I would not be making eye contact with my coach.
Now here's Alexander Walker. No good on the triple. Achua with it. Guarded by Okongwu for the lead. And he sinks the layup. 10 points for him.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
Now here's McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Achua with a rebound. Achua's got his 5th rebound in this one. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
At the line for 1.
One shot.
And Legs, is someone who has seen some of the great perimeter defenders over the years. Who's the best you've ever seen?
Well, the best defense, Brian, I ever played against were those mid-90s Bulls teams when you had to go up against Jordan and Pippen on either wing. And then more modern-day players like Drew Holiday, even a guy like Tony Allen when he was in Memphis, they stand out to me as well.
First team all defense, Tony Allen.
Year in, year out, a nightmare to go up against.
Now here's DeRozan. 24 points for him. Yep, that one goes.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Pass to Daniels. Outside, Alexander Walker. And here's McCollum. Looking to end the run. And he lays it in. McCollum's got 23.
And that is their first make of the third. Let's see if that gets them going.
Here's Clifford. Back to Westbrook. Now here's DeRozan. Guarded by Okongwu. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
And continues his perfect night. It's unreal. I just hope he doesn't believe in the announcer's jinx.
McCollum, the pass to Alexander Walker. Outside Johnson. Pass to McCollum. Fires the 3. And that's a foul called on Onyeka Okongwu. That's his first foul of the game.
And the offense has just flowed through McCollum all night, whether that's finding people or repeatedly attacking like he does right there.
Now DeRozan. He's got 26. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Tries yet again. And it's good on the lay-in. 28 points for him.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
To the paint. Johnson passes to Alexander Walker. Here's Daniels. No good with the triple. The Kings lead by 5. DeRozan outside. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Westbrook outside. Good, and it's DeRozan who picks up the assist. Westbrook's got 8.
I don't think I need to tell anybody, Westbrook is a gunner. If the D isn't right up on him, when he gets the ball, he's taking that shot for sure.
Now here's Okongwu. 5 points in the game. Pass to McCollum. Outside, Alexander Walker. There's the screen by Johnson. Throws it up high. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
He is soaring on that one. Johnson going up high to get his hands on it.
The kill, Alexander Walker. Hey, yo, right here.
And here is DeRozan. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on C.J. McCollum. That'll be a second foul of the game. Pass to Achua. 5 to shoot. DeRozan passes to Westbrook. Up and over McCollum. Got it off in time to beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Hawks trail by 6. Johnson inside. Achua defending. And it's good for 2. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
Man, that is a tough spot right there for Johnson. to get that done with all of those bodies in the lane.
Westbrook, the pass to Achua. Daniels against DeRozan. Kicks it out to Westbrook. That three's off the mark. The Hawks have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Quickly becoming one of the most feared defenders in the game, Tim. Dyson Daniels.
Well, the numbers speak for themselves, Brian. Daniels is always engaged. Every second he's on the court, and he's right there lurking for a deflection or a steal.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Kings?
They feel like they have an advantage inside, and so far they have done an excellent job exploiting it.
Another thing they've done really well in this game is their focus on the three-point shot. They're doing a great job of spreading the floor and then hitting those perimeter shots.
And here is DeRozan. 28 points for him. Westbrook outside. Back to DeRozan. Up and in on the layup. DeRozan's got 6 points in the quarter.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Outside, Alexander Walker. McCollum against Westbrook. McCollum right side. Shoots over Westbrook. And another basket for Atlanta.
And McCollum excels at everything on the court. And man, he is putting on a show.
To the inside. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Well, he led his teammate and hit him in stride. You really can't do it any better than that.
Uses the glass on the layup. McCollum's got 12 points in just the second half.
Oh, what a tricky shot. CJ, he's showing off now.
DeRozan looks it over. Back to Westbrook. Good, and it's DeRozan who picks up the assist. Westbrook's got 10.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
McCollum outside. Lets a floater go. Achua with a rebound.
Whew, I think he wants that one back. I mean, he knows he's capable of better.
Here's Clifford. He's scoreless. Westbrook outside. No good on the three. Hawks trail by 3. Daniels outside. Pass to McCollum. Soft touch off the glass. McCollum's got 35.
Not only a perimeter player, McCollum can go inside.
And so now a timeout called by Doug Christie. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Make some noise for you.
A big group substitution here for Atlanta. Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Daniels. Kispert's checked in for Alexander Walker. And Vincent is subbed in for C.J. McCollum. On defense, Atlanta. Westbrook outside. Achua with a screen. Pass to Monk. Takes a 3. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. Westbrook's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Vincent. Back to Kispert. Lets the three fly. Nails it from beyond the arc. Kispert's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks a lot. Malik Monk is a key player for the Kings. He said, coming to the organization, I felt like I could bring an energy that Sac had been waiting for. And it's a comfortable fit. Coming here slows everything down. I can just focus on my craft at hand, and it's been working for me. Back over to you.
He's played great for him. All right, Allie, thanks for the report.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Monk. Just 10 games left. Let's see the playoff race in the West. You look at the Kings, and after a subpar season, there have been some questions about the direction of this franchise.
Well, I think for Sacramento, they realize they have 1 month to go here, and as a team currently in the middle of the pack, there's a huge opportunity to gain separation. So I think they're up for the challenge.
Risache, he's checked in for Atlanta. Back to Landale. Inside.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Team seconds.
And Atlanta with possession here. It's a 1-point game. Pass to Risache. 6 to shoot. And yep, it's good.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Westbrook, the pass to Monk. Back to Westbrook. It counts! And the foul! That's on Gabe Vincent.
Now, you didn't expect Westbrook to back down, did you? I mean, he brings so much heart and hustle.
Sacramento shooting their second attempt at the line tonight.
At the line for one.
One shot.
When I think of Westbrook, I think of one of the most intense players ever to play the game. A true competitor doing whatever it takes to will his team to a win.
Now here's Vincent. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Landale. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. The 2K leaderboard from the real NBA. The league leaders in points off turnovers. The 4th spot held by Atlanta.
They anticipate well defensively, force a lot of mistakes, and quickly turn defense into offense.
He's off on the first. And Sacramento with some changes. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Baldwin, and it's Carter in for Russell Westbrook. He hits the second from the line. Now here's DeRozan. Give him 30. 1:44 left to play in the third. Here's the teardrop. The little floater is good from DeRozan.
And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
Pass to Risache. Landale with a screen. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
Now here's DeRozan. 32 points in the game for him. Landale defending. The rebound by Atlanta. Looking ahead, they've got the Warriors coming to town for their next game. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. Out to Kuminga. Fires from deep. Monk grabs the miss. The Kings leading. DeRozan right side. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball.
Well, he has been pretty much unstoppable this quarter, and his team is thriving as a result.
Outside Rizachet. For the tie. That one doesn't drop. What a performance for DeMar DeRozan. He's been the story for Sacramento. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We'll be back in a moment. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the two-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Well, he knows it's a team effort. It's about finding the best shot, not just his shot.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. All right, a look at the five for the Kings to start the fourth quarter. They've got Malik Monk, and it's Carter in at the point. McCollum with it. With a step back. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in. McCollum's got 16 points here in the second half. Pass to DeRozan. Over Kuminga. And it's DeRozan missing. The Hawks trailing. Rizachet up top. McCollum outside. Now here's Landale. He's checked by Carter. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Atlanta needs to get off a shot. And here's Kuminga for three. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Yeah, oftentimes you're going to see Kuminga drag it on that play, but that time he already had the look he wanted, so he let it fly.
Now here's Carter. Monk passes to DeRozan. Sinks that one from the post. DeRozan's got 36 points.
And DeRozan, just so crafty on those moves, slips right through the contact for the finish.
McCollum finds Kuminga. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Defensive foul. Take one.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Atlanta.
I mean, they played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
And the mid-range shot has been there for them over and over. They continue to capitalize on it. Let's see if they keep going back to it.
Kings trail by 3. Now DeRozan. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
And so McCollum will bring it up for Atlanta. To the middle. Landale, the pass to Kispert. The three from Rizachet. DeMar DeRozan grabs the miss. DeRozan's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Carter. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Here's the 3. 4 on the clock. Here's Monk. Solid as a rock from 20 feet out. Tight ball game coming down the stretch.
Yeah, with 7 lead changes thus far, this has been a thriller.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error.
Fans, it's time to get down with your mascot. Let's groove.
The Hawks making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, Quinn Snyder had some words for his team over the break. He tried to loosen the tension a little, asking his guys, are we having fun? I know I am. Just relax out there and follow the game plan. We've got this.
Okay, thank you, Allie. There's McCollum with the 3. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. The Kings have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. McCollum against Carter. DeRozan down low. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Waiting until the last second to release that. What a move.
There's the screen by Johnson. And he drops it in from the low post.
And inside the paint, Johnson is becoming very consistent. He knows what angle to take.
Pass to DeRozan. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Fades away. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Kings lead by 3.
You wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the glass.
Johnson a screen on Carter. McCollum against Carter. McCollum outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3 from Rizashea. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Monk looking around. DeRozan outside. Outside Carter. From deep. The shot no good. McCollum outside. And he converts the layup. McCollum's got 39.
Well, that's nice work inside that time by McCollum, showing you a lot of skill and poise.
Outside Monk. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 11 rebounds in the game. Kuminga soars in for the slam. Man, he makes it look easy.
Well, what a big night for Kuminga. When he gets on a roll, he can simply overpower.
On the wing, DeRozan. Over Rizashea. And DeRozan gets it to go. DeRozan's got 16 in the second half.
And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
There's McCollum with the 3. That one is off. For Sacramento, they've gone 6 for 11 here in the fourth quarter. Monk passes to Carter. DeRozan outside. The deep 3. The rebound by Atlanta. McCollum's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Johnson. DeMar DeRozan grabs the miss. DeRozan's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Monk. Sacramento passing it around. McCollum defends. Now here's Monk. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Rizashea. And here's McCollum. On the take. Outside Rizashea. Johnson a screen on Monk. Lets it fly. Rizashea, no good. Sacramento has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. Pass to Carter. Off target with the 3.
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end.
And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. The Kings leading. It's stolen by Kuminga. Fast break, here we go. To stop the drought, and Kuminga throws it down.
Well, you better bring more than that if you want to try to knock Kuminga off balance. He just plows his way right through that contact.
And we've got a timeout called by Doug Christie. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Making some changes here. Okongwu's checked in for Kuminga. Dyson Daniels comes in for Risache. And it's Alexander Walker in for Kispert. Pass to Clifford. Here's Westbrook. Here's DeRozan. Rebounded by the Hawks. Johnson's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And he's going for the oop here. Here's Alexander Walker. No good from outside.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
They set the pick. Down low. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
We know Russ can do this. He's averaged double-digit assists numerous times in his career.
McCollum on the left side. Sends it home from three-point land. McCollum's got 42 in the game.
And that's his second 3 of the half and his 5th overall, really lighting it up.
Achua with a screen from behind the arc. Rebounded by the Hawks. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Daniels passes to McCollum. Shot clock at 5. From 11 feet away. Oh, Westbrook with the block.
So persistent. Westbrook looking for a way to stop the shot, and he found it.
And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
The Kings trailing. Puts it up from 12. Johnson with the rebound. Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
Now McCollum. Yes! Using that window!
Well, McCollum is a proven scorer, but he's even more dangerous in big moments. This team knows they can rely on him in these situations. He is so consistent at the free throw line.
And here is DeRozan. And he gets it to go from the low block.
Yeah, man, DeRozan is fired up. These situations just fuel his competitiveness.
Now here's Okongwu. Outside, Alexander Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Picked up by Okongwu. Oh, the drop pass, and he dunks it down.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Kings trail by 5. DeRozan outside. He drains the step-back jumper.
Oh, the lost art of the mid-range jumper. DeRozan dialing it in.
Westbrook against McCollum. Daniels fires. Oh, off target from downtown. And the Kings shooting just around 45% in the fourth. DeRozan against Okongwu. Here's Clifford. Outside Achua. Here's Westbrook to tie it up. Johnson with the rebound.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
Okongwu. Outside Johnson. Now McCollum. Another shot. Oh, it's off.
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
Well, they're in a tough spot now. They need points and stops.
Yeah, and the intensity Russ plays with is exceptional. When he goes hard inside, it forces the D to act.
Taking 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
So the first one drops, and that brings him within 2 here. He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop. And so they choose to intentionally foul. An intentional foul right there. Free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Making it a 2-possession game is critical right here. Nice work coming through and doing exactly that.
And we've got a timeout called by Doug Christie. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Down low, covered by Daniels. Oh, money!
Wow, that takes steady nerves right there.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game. Timeout call, Sacramento. 19 seconds left in the fourth. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
You have to be smart here. If they're successful, the foul has got to happen quickly.
Outside Westbrook, jacks up a three. Okongwu with the rebound.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. That's off as well, so he misses both. DeRozan outside. Takes a three. And misses. So it's a narrow victory for the Hawks, pulling it out for the W. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Yeah, get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game, but they overcame every one.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching this 2K